Ahoy there! Welcome to my live reaction and review for chapter 1095 of One Piece. We've got a chapter title, A World Not Worth Living In. So that sets quite a stage. Got title, or cover page art, cover page request, Buggy chasing a squirrel monkey that took his nose. It's a nice piece with Buggy chasing a squirrel monkey that has stolen his nose and is running up a tree, and Buggy's flying up behind him. Very good. So let's hop in. One of the five elders, Saint Saturn, is landing. Rear admirals and captains stay behind while all other soldiers retreat from the center. They aren't worthy of his presence. How did he even get down here? I've only seen portraits of him. What was that flash of lightning? We usually call in an admiral just one celestial dragon. He is above even those gods? Are you telling me that a man has come from Mary Joie? Okay, so the talking from these marine fodder has kind of indicated that at least from the perspective of these marines, that Saint Saturn is stronger than Kizaru, which it does make sense in my mind. I'm thinking that the celestial dragons are indeed going to ultimately be stronger than the admirals are, even though these guys are just fodder marines. They do at the very least have knowledge of how strong Kizaru is, and I suppose they might have some knowledge of how strong Saturn is comparatively. But either way, it indicates that Saturn being here is a very, very big deal. It's even more of a big deal than Admiral showing up. Okay, so next panel we've got black lightning flying through the sky. And we've got a close-up shot of St. J. Garcia. Bunny, what are you doing? St. Saturn, a Gorosei has been stabbed. So we've got Bonnie picking up where the last chapter left off, plunging that katana into St. J. Garcia. He's still not really responding very much. He seems to be leaning back a little bit. That's a warlord, or that's a world leader who reigns at the top. Prepare to fire. So we've got Marines preparing to attack Bonnie. We've got Vegapunk. Bonnie! We've got a close-up of Bonnie crying. Whoa. And now we've got St. J. Garcia responding. His eyes are glowing in a way similar to when he first appeared. Quiet down, insects. If I didn't want to get stabbed, I would have dodged. Whoa. So I think he did that glare thing that he did that killed a Marine officer when he first landed. Because his eyes start glowing while he's saying, quiet down. If I didn't want to get stabbed, I would have dodged. And I think he looked at Bonnie with that same glare, and it sent her flying off of his chest, and he's grabbed her midair. Now we've got Sanji. Bonnie-chan! Sanji. Oh, wow. Okay, so, yeah, it's the glare again. So he glared at Bonnie, which knocked her off of him and sent her flying. He grabbed her midair. Sanji was about to respond. He cried out Bonnie's name. St. J glared at Sanji, and it knocked him down too. Okay, next panel. St. J just casually pulls the katana out of his chest, and he heals up automatically. Okay, so we have accelerated healing. Okay. Yeah, he's definitely stronger than an admiral. This is some um actually we haven't seen any Yonko display it accelerated healing like this. So this is something we haven't even seen Yonko display. Have we had any character display accelerated healing? I mean, we've had characters that recover quickly, but I mean, pulling out the katana and the wound healing up instantly. I don't think we've ever had a character with healing that advanced in the series, so that presents a huge problem. It might end up being that the Gorosei are not, maybe they're not as sturdy. Maybe they're not as sturdy as the Yonko, but they have power, strength similar to the Yonko, and then they have the instantaneous healing, which when you think about it, probably puts them on that level with instant recovery rather than durability. Well, that's very, very interesting. So we've got Franky responding. His wounds are disappearing. And then we've got Sanji. He's on the ground. He's coughing. He's holding his head. Completely stunned by what happened. Probably, I think he saw. Yeah, he saw the healing too. So he's stunned by not only getting attacked, but also by seeing the instantaneous healing. Next panel, Marines charging in. Let's use this chance to capture Vegapunk. St. J responds, wait, you fools. There's no need for haste. They have nowhere to run. Even for you, that took longer than expected, Kizaru. So now St. J is talking to Kizaru, who is on the ground. He looks pretty stunned by Luffy's attack. My apologies, I have no excuse. I don't think I can move for a little while. So that confirms Kizaru is down. He's not unconscious at the very least, but he is down. He can't move. So pretty much the same case as Rob Lucci. He got knocked out as soon as Luffy got a hit in on him. So Kizaru is down and out. And next panel, it's okay. I understand the reason why. It shows Luffy all dried out and looking old. Same as when Gear 5 ran out against Kaido. So that means both Luffy and Kizaru are down. Uh-oh. Next panel, we've got Saint Saturn moving in on Luffy. Well then, it looks like he's about to stab him with one of his spider legs. Strong right. Yep. Franky used a strong right to knock Luffy out of the path of St. J's spider leg. He was about to pierce Luffy and stab him. What? Geho, Geho. I see you have a pretty strong crew. So Franky used strong right. It knocked Luffy out of the path. And then he extended out his arm to grab Luffy and pull him in. So now Franky has Luffy. I see you have a pretty strong crew. Even the world leaders at the top are after my captain's head. Gwahahaha. It's Franky. Straw Hat Luffy. Jewelry Bonnie. You two joining this battle was definitely unexpected. However, You are surrounded by Marines on an island on the brink of destruction. If by some twist of fate you can manage to escape, I'd like to see it. You, Vegapunk. It's a shame you betrayed us. For all your contributions to the military, thank you. So tell me, who dies first? In the most painful order. We want you to die in regret for having opposed the world government. Why when humans are told not to do something, they do it anyway? Now it looks like St. J is squeezing Bonnie in his hand. Bonnie is screaming and bleeding. So I suppose he's decided he's going to kill Bonnie first. And this is Sanji. Hey, can anyone move? No, it's impossible. Some kind of force is holding us down. If it's not science, it has to be a devil fruit. Oh no, Bonnie. Okay, so this is interesting, and it's a display of a new power from the Gorosei. Sanji, Franky, Vegapunk, all of them they can't move. Some kind of invisible force or pressure is holding them down, so they can't move. They can't get up and help Bonnie. Interesting. And they're speculating has to be a devil fruit if So this devil fruit has some sort of paralysis power. You killed my father, Saturn. Oh, Kuma? He was born a slave, a remnant of a tribe of people that committed a grave crime. Ah, lone survivor. And he's still squeezing Bonnie, the lone survivor of the exterminated Buccaneers people. Buccaneers. And in the next panel, we've got Vegapunk reacting. He's very startled. Then we got a close up of Bonnie, and she's sort of flashing back, thinking of Kuma. Bonnie. Ever since I was a child, I always wanted to be a hero. One who brought freedom to those who are suffering. So these are Kuma's words. Just like the warrior of liberation, Nika. Everyone aim for the head. Nika, yes, I admired him. Wait a minute. So what's happened is St. J is squeezing Bonnie. She's remembering Kuma's words. He's holding her up into the sky. And the Marines are all aiming for her head. Or the Marines are all aiming, for Bonnie's head after St. J gave the command to them. Everyone aim for the head. So he's trying to execute Bonnie. He's going to have the Marines open fire, shoot her in the head. Nika, yes, I admired him. He would dance into action with a smile on his face. Tum-ta-tum, tum-tum. So we have a silhouette here of what looks like Kuma and Nika dancing. Or maybe it's Kuma and Bonnie dancing. Yeah, that's what I think it is. It's Kuma and a young Bonnie dancing as he's telling her about Nika. Bonnie-chan, leave her alone. She's just a child. So that's Sanji and then Vegapunk. he will set me free too. Of course. 47 years ago in the South Blue Sorbet Kingdom. Alrighty, so we are finally getting the Kuma flashback as Bonnie. I guess this will be Bonnie going through the memories, Kuma's memories now, finally. 47 years ago in the South Blue Sorbet Kingdom. Wah. It's a very large boy. Congratulations. Let me take a moment. Look at the Sorbet Kingdom here. Got palm trees, buildings. Is it a desert kingdom, sort of like Alabasta, possibly? Got some domed buildings with some spires. No real world location correlation is coming to mind at the moment. But we've got the Sorbet Kingdom. Here he is, our little boy, Kuma. So these would be Kuma's parents. Very interesting. Kuma's dad seems like a pretty big fellow as well. And his mother. Okay. So, doctor. Oh, about his blood? We won't let any information about this get out. Wow. What a happy baby. So baby Kuma is very happy. Sorry, Clap, run. The government had eyes in the hospitals too. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm the only one with Buccaneer blood running through my veins. Our wife is different. Please let my son go. Please. Don't worry, don't worry. Okay, so Kuma was born in Sorbet Kingdom. Kuma's father is one of the Buccaneer people. The world government had spies in the hospital, and they exposed that Kuma's dad was there, and that Kuma had been born. Looks like they captured Kuma's father. And now we've moved to the future just a little bit. Kuma's dad is begging for his wife and child to go free. They all have chains on them, so they've all been captured. They've got wrist shackles and chains. Kuma's father is very badly beaten and bruised, and he's got a chains around his arms, chain on his neck. Looks like an explosive collar. I think Kuma's mother has an explosive collar too. And maybe Child Kuma has the explosive collar as well. So they're all been captured and presumably enslaved by the Celestial Dragons. Okay, next panel. Next. Look at his strength, even at his age. It's a Buccaneerian slave. Buccaneerian slave. Buccaneerian slave. Yeah, Buccaneerian slave. So we've got baby Kuma. He is definitely a slave. He's got the collar. A celestial dragon is holding the other end of the chain, and another celestial dragon is complementing Kuma's strength. It's lifting up this box and all this stuff on top of the box. Stop dilly-dallying. Stop dilly-dallying around and move faster. Now we've got another scene, a celestial dragon whipping Kuma, and he's bent over ouch, it hurts. Wah, stop crying. Do you want to die? Now we've got that celestial dragon threatening Kuma with a gun while he's crying. Now I've got Kuma's dad petting Kuma on the head. They're both beaten up and wearing tattered clothing, and they've got dry blood and bruises. Hey Kuma, how are you doing? Dad, my master is so nice. I'm so lucky to have him. Your mom has passed. She's in heaven now. She's in a better place now. And Kuma, close up Kuma's dad crying as he's telling Kuma it's news, horrible news. And Kuma's crying. Wah! Hey Kuma, you're strong. Keep enduring and live on. Why? I'd rather die. The warrior of liberation will come. He'll save you. Who? The god of sunshine, Nika, is the name of the warrior of legend passed down through our people of Buccaneer. He will one day bring you to the free ocean under the sun. He's always laughing. So now we've got Kuma's dad telling the story of Nika to Kuma. There's two other slaves there and are all chained down to this stake. He moves in a rhythm and makes people laugh. Dum ta da dum, dum ta da da dum. Ha ha. Kuma laughing as his dad imitates the movements of Nika. Shut up, you're loud. So Celestial Dragon walks into the room and I think he shot Kuma's dad with a rifle. "38 years ago in the West Blue. Thank you for waiting. For the once in every 3 years. Thank you for waiting for the once in every 3 years Population Eradication Tournament. This year the tournament will be held at this non-world government affiliated country, God Valley." Okay. So we're going deep. This is the God Valley incident. 38 years ago in the West Blue. Did we have confirmation that God Valley was in the West Blue? And the Celestial Dragons are holding population eradication tournaments in non-world government affiliated countries. So non-world government affiliated countries are not really safe from the world government if the Celestial Dragons choose to target them. And what's the point of the population eradication tournament? Is this just for entertainment? These are all regular, normal Celestial Dragons. I don't see anyone of higher standing. And it looks like it's just for entertainment's sake. But is there something special about the people of God Valley in particular that makes them want to eliminate this population? It seems like a buster call would do the job just as well. So this seems to be for entertainment's sake, which indicates there's nothing special about God Valley, at least at the moment. So let's see. This is God Valley. What? This island, this island shamelessly named the Valley of the Gods, is rich in many resources. Here the long tradition of hunting natives will take place. This country is now property of the world government. So we've got a shot of, zoomed out shot of God's Valley. It seems to be a kind of small island. Or maybe it's so far away, but most notably there's this huge peak in the center of the island. A tall mountain that's divided in two with a valley in the middle. And I suppose that's where it gets the name God Valley, because it's a super tall mountain bisected right down the middle. What are you doing trying to kill my people in this game? Are you crazy? This is my country, your highness. So that's the king of God Valley. And he's dead. Kia, your highness. And we have a silhouette here. This silhouette is definitely Fingerlin Garling, because we've got the crescent shape, this crescent shaped head. And looks like he used a sword slash here and slashed the king and struck him down. Please wait, St. Garling. Hold your horses. Haha. Looks like he went and killed he looks like he went and killed the king of the natives. Saint, minus 10,000 points from the start. So we've got a young Saint Fingerlin Garling, and he's still got the crescent moon. He looks like Shanks. Interesting. He doesn't have the beard at this stage, so he's just got the top half of the crescent moon for his head, and he doesn't have the beard yet. Seems the female celestial dragons are swooning over him. He seems popular. Okay. This should be a good handicap for the other contestants. God's Knight, Saint Fingerlin Garling. This year, in addition to the natives, you will round up problematic slaves. And we've got cages filled with slaves that are on the island. Sir, we have captured the child that escaped because of the Buccaneers tribe. Sir, we have captured the child that escaped, the child of the Buccaneers tribe. This is a random agent, maybe Cypherpole, and he's speaking to St. J, Saturn Garcia, and of course, St. J looks exactly the same, even though this is nearly 40 years ago. So, this indicates that the Celestial Dragons probably are not, maybe not immortal, but very long-lived. Longer than normal, possibly. Since he looks exactly the same nearly 40 years ago. You bastard. Why would you try to escape? It's a responsibility that the 10 of us have to take. If you run away, the rest of us would die too. So we've got a beaten up Kuma. And people, I guess other slaves are dragging Kuma. Hee-haw, hold it right there. I see. So you're this year's prize, I hear, from the Buccaneer tribe. I hear buccaneers have giant blood. So we've got a figure standing on a cliff above the slaves that are trying to drag Kuma back to the Celestial Dragons, I think. Kuma looks up. Also, this confirms that the Buccaneer people have giant's blood. So the Buccaneer people are half giant, which explains their size. The size of Kuma and the size of his dad. Half giant. So Kuma looks up and it's a young Ivankov. Okay, slave Ginny. My big brother here is pretty big too. Only my face? Wait, that's not the point, you dummy. Slave, Imperial Ivankov. Look at these people. Why does everyone have such a defeated look on their faces? I'm gonna live on. What about you? The person he meets when in hell. Chapter N, 1095. Break next week. Okay, so this is pretty massive in terms of a chapter. We've got the God Valley incident. Let's go back up to the start. First, we've got some more confirmation. We've got confirmation of, I suppose it's durability to some extent. St. J took the hit from Bonnie, the stab. He displayed that power again. That glare. He also confirms through his statement that he would have dodged if he didn't want to get stabbed, that he's actually quite fast, at least fast enough to dodge Bonnie's attack, which seemed to come out of nowhere, so that indicates that he is at least decently fast, even at this size. He could be lying, but all of the strength he's displayed so far indicates that he probably is not lying about that. He would be able to dodge if he wanted to. That confirms Bonnie did not get to drop on him. He knew the attack was coming, and he purposely took it. He disabled Sanji with that same glaring headshot. You got the healing, the instantaneous healing as soon as he pulled the blade out. He healed her right away. We've got Kizaru, who is down and out. That hit he took from Luffy has disabled him. Luffy is down and out from the limits of Gear 5. We've got Frankie doing really good, saving Luffy from being attacked by, probably killed by Saint Saturn. Saint Saturn acknowledges that the crew is strong. Luffy's crew is strong. And Saint Saturn is setting up. There's something, that some twist of fate is coming. Definitely. And then we've got that I guess respectful side of Saint Saturn, where he thanks Vegapunk for his contributions, his military contributions, even though they're going to kill him and kill him quite painfully to make a point. We've got the confirmation of some sort of power that paralyzed everyone. Some kind of force is holding us down. If it's not science, it has to be a devil fruit. So that's Vegapunk speculating on what the force is. He speculates it's devil fruit power. And we've got the confirmation of Kuma. Born a slave, remnant of a tribe of people that committed a grave crime. Lone survivor of the exterminated Buccaneers people. So all of the Buccaneers people have been exterminated except for Kuma so far. He's the lone survivor. So his wording is sort of interesting. We might need to wait for the official translation on this, but he's talking about Kuma. He refers to Kuma as a lone survivor of the exterminated Buccaneers people, which indicates that Bonnie is not part of the Buccaneers people, which means Bonnie would be an adopted daughter, possibly. Bonnie is an adopted daughter. Or it could be a sort of thing like how Vegeta always referred to himself as the lone survivor, last of the Saiyans, the Prince of the Saiyans, and that title never transferred down to Trunks. So it could be something like that. Or he's just sort of talking about Kuma specifically, so he's not considering Bonnie in the equation as a survivor of the Buccaneers people or a descendant or one of the Buccaneers. So we've got the existence of another race of people. Bonnie flashing back. Kuma knows the story of Nika because he was a slave. And his father taught him about Nika, and then he taught Bonnie. Okay, we finally see the Sorbet Kingdom. But now I have to think back to Reverie. Because during Reverie, other world nations, and I think government people as well, acknowledged Bonnie as the Dowager of the Sorbet Kingdom. Which means the Sorbet Kingdom is affiliated with the world government, recognized. he was the. And that means Kuma. Wait, was Kuma ever. I think in backstory, they did say that Kuma was a king, but was he actually a king? Hmm. There's a lot to think about here. I'm pretty sure that Kuma was referred to as a king in his past. A tyrant and a king. So that opens up the question, is the Sorbet Kingdom the home of the Buccaneer people? Or formerly the home of the Buccaneer people? Perhaps the Buccaneer people were wiped out, the world government took over the kingdom and populated it with regular humans or other human tribes. And maybe Kuma's father was formerly the king of the kingdom, which may have made Kuma the king eventually, but that's a record. King, king of a recognized kingdom. Yeah, I suppose once Kuma became a warlord, they would have let him be the king of a kingdom. Like how Don Quixote was able to come back to take over Dressrosa. Maybe in a somewhat similar situation, they let Kuma come back to take over, rule over Sorbet for some period, perhaps. And that would explain why Sorbet is a recognized member of the world government. It doesn't explain why they would stake Bonnie for the Queen Dowager, unless she looked just like the Queen Dowager, or she was acting as the Queen Dowager the entire time. Hmm. We'll have to go back and look at Reverie. There's a lot of pieces to put together on that. So the Buccaneer people are half giant. There's no indication of what exactly what was the crime, the transgression that their people committed against the world government. Hmm. If Kuma's bloodline really was the king of the Sorbet Kingdom, then would that make Sorbet one of the 20? No, it can't be one of the 20 because, well, I mean, yeah, it can't be one of the 20 because they're not celestial dragons. Okay. Got coming to God Valley. We finally see God Valley. non-world government affiliated country. We now know what the Celestial Dragons were doing at God Valley. A. Population Eradication Tournament. So we know A, what the Celestial Dragons were doing at God Valley. We know B, why there were slaves at God Valley, even though it's a given that wherever the Celestial Dragons go, there will be slaves. But they particularly bought troublesome slaves that they were going to execute while they were wiping out the people of God Valley. Trying to kill my people in this game. Are you crazy? This is my country. And Vickerlin Garling strikes down and kills the king. The place island is named God Valley because of, well, I suppose because it has a godlike valley. The Valley of Gods is rich in many resources. So they wanted to take God Valley because of its resources. So we got Vickerlin Garling. Got confirmation of him being present at God Valley. Slaves. St. J was there at God Valley. Was he the only Gorosei there? It's a question. And it ends with Ivankov. Young Ivankov. A slave like Kuma. Interesting. This looks like it's probably before he got his devil fruit powers. He's still got a big head slash big face. He's also beaten up and wearing sort of torn up clothes. And we've got this new character here, Ginny, slave. My big brother here is pretty big too. Only my face. Wait, that's not the point, you dummy. She's eating meat. Ginny. Wait a second. No? Maybe. That is interesting. It would be a thing. If we could see this in color. So, thoughts about Ginny here. First, is she really Ivankov's little sister? Or is this just the sort of Aniki style big brother that they use just for, you know, a mentor character, mentor slash boss character? Either way, this is an interesting revelation that Ivankov was a slave. Ivankov and Kuma were slaves, which actually explains it explains their affiliation with the Revolutionary Army. The question is, what happened to Jenny? A, what happened to Jenny? B, was she actually Ivankov's sister? And C, looking at her design here, her interests here, she's eating meat. So that indicates she's a character that likes to eat. Jenny. The thought I had was, if Bonnie is Kuma's daughter, could it be possible that Jenny is actually Bonnie's mother? Because if Jenny has the same sort of gluttonous taste as Bonnie does, then that would make sense. It's a, passed down familial trait. That would also mean that Ivankov is her uncle. We've never had Ivankov interact with Bonnie, I don't believe. Is it possible? If Jenny survived, she should be a member of the Revolutionary Army, along with Ivankov and Kuma. The fact that she's not present in the present time indicates that maybe she doesn't end up surviving. Then again, Bonnie never really refers to her mother, but it could just be that she never knew her mother, really. And the name Jenny does invoke the name Bonnie. Jenny, Bonnie. So I am not opposed to the theory that Jenny is Bonnie's mother, which will probably come out of this. So we've got a break. Next week we'll probably be continuing this flashback. I'm wondering, has Oda ever drawn Child Kid Ivankov before? I don't recall. Off the top of my head. I think maybe he actually has. But yeah, this is a really big chapter in terms of lore. Confirms quite a few things. We're definitely, I suppose, after this flashback wraps up, we'll probably be around the conclusion of the arc. Which will involve that robot. I'm sure it's going to involve that robot, the ancient robot that activated. The question is, will Kuma show up? I feel like it's possible that Kuma could show up as well. Yeah. So the robot, Kuma, Kizaru is down, so if Luffy can get back up quick enough, if Luffy, can regain his strength and get up quick enough, they can manage an escape and Kizaru can't give pursuit. But yeah, this is a huge chapter. It's setting up a lot. Good that we're finally going to get the flashback here. This flashback is going to be really big because we are finally here at God's Valley, assumably right around the time the God's Valley incident happens. So could it be possible we get the introduction of Xebec during this flashback? That would be, whew, that would be massive. And we've already had some pretty massive reveals just starting out in this flashback, so this is going to be a big one. But that's it for my reaction. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.